And now, stand by for the 20-minute morning show from our studios in Charlotte, North Carolina. All right, welcome to the 20-minute morning show. My man, Darshaun McAway, who is an author, and the name of his website is called babyauthors.com. Welcome to the show. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Man, it's great to have a black male children's book author on. There ain't too many of y'all, is it?
No, it's not. It's not too many. And the market doesn't really require for it to be a lot of black people, writing books or even coming out with animations.
Now you're based out of what city?
I'm in Northwest Arkansas, so I'm really kind of like in the Springdale, Arkansas area, which is like maybe 10 minutes away from Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Okay, very good. It's the home of the Arkansas Razorbacks. When I was in high school, I thought I was going to be a football player and play for the Razorbacks, but they're not looking for 5'5" running backs.
When I had moved from Florida to Arkansas like a few years back, and I thought I was going to be a Razorback and playing basketball,
right?
But it didn't work out for me.
Right. Well, I tell you what, man, you're doing good writing these books. Cause, man, your books are featured in Walmart. That's pretty huge. Yeah. Tell me about that.
Okay, so really about 4 years ago, I ended up moving back to Northwest Arkansas after I had my first child.
Okay.
And what I realized was, I said, well, I had this vision, I had this dream about if I can just get my books inside of Walmart, my life would change. But I didn't know the procedures to get inside of Walmart. I was just a new person. We had started the company, but I didn't know how to connect the dots with the right people. So we moved up here, got up under family in Northwest Arkansas. So I said, well, listen, I got to go to the headquarters and find out how to get this book in there. So I was going to try to like weasel my way in there. Well, as I was trying to weasel my way in, there was this guy coming out who I thought was a regular employee. Well, he turned out to be the vice president of Walmart.
Whoa.
And I purposely bumped into him. And I say, hey, excuse me, do you know how I can get my children's book inside the store? So he said, well, tell me more. So I gave him my 15-second elevator pitch. And he said, well, I'm just the person you need to know. My name is James Cameron. I'm the vice president of Walmart. He said, give me your business card. Yeah. He said, give me your business card, and I'm going to connect you with the book buyer. And he said, usually how this works is you have to have a contact with the buyers before you can even have a meeting with Walmart, because they want to turn people down before people just start trying to come up or call them.
Yeah.
They want to look at your product first and say, hey, it looks good, but it's not a fit for us. So about a week later, the book buyer contacted me. She said she loved the book. She wanted to bring me in and tell me how Walmart work out their logistics. She wanted to see our numbers. So I said, well, this is great. I said, can I bring my wife and my daughter? At the time, my daughter was 6 months old.
Yeah.
I say, please let me bring my wife and my daughter, because I want my daughter to get used to this atmosphere of doing business.
Go ahead.
And she said, sure. She said, sure, no problem. So we went in. We talked. They told us the whole procedures, and about 2 months later, we had our books inside of Walmart.
Man, go ahead.
Yeah,
that is an awesome story. Now, what were the chances of you meeting the vice president of Walmart, Darshaun? That's crazy.
It was slim to none, because he was actually on his way out to fly in a private jet to go to Australia. He was just getting ready to leave.
Man, that's fate right there, bro. That's
a blessing. For sure.
Now,
for sure.
Now, Anaya is your daughter, right?
Yep, that's my daughter.
And what you said, man, I don't want to move past that too quick. You said you wanted to get your daughter in the environment at 6 months to watch her father do big business at Walmart. That's huge. Yeah. Just the imagery of your daughter just looking. She can't say nothing, but she's looking. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, see, and here's the amazing thing about that. The first week she was born, I started reading to her books, not no baby tone, just reading to her, because one thing I had realized about myself growing up was I can communicate with people. So I wanted her to be able to communicate with people. So for her to be in that meeting with Walmart, I just needed her to get used to seeing that, because I say, this is a faction of life. This is going to be your life.
Good.
I'm starting this company for you, and you don't have to take it over, but you need to know how to conduct business.
What foresight. I've never heard anybody say something like that, Darshaun. This is great news, man, that you're thinking like that. How old are you, brother? I'm
37. And what I'm doing for my family is something my dad wish he could have done for us.
Yeah.
See, I had a summer dad.
Okay.
So every time he saw me during the summertime, I mean, he would really drill into me about business, and this is what kind of work you want to do. You want to do construction. You want to do this. He had his own business, but he was trying to get me to be a young man at the time, because he said, one day you're going to have your own family, and you're going to have to do the things I'm doing. But I want you to stay with your family. Because, see, again, I told you I was a summer kid.
Yeah.
And he made sure, he said, you ever find you a woman, you hold on to her and you hold on to your family. And don't let your family get involved, like your extended family get involved into your marriage.
Yeah.
He said, I wasn't able to be in your life the way I wanted to. So I took what I'm doing with my family. I say, well, I'm going to be a lot more stronger than my dad. I'm going to hold on to mine. But I'm going to do the things with my daughter that I wish my dad did with me.
That's powerful right there, man. We can end the interview off this right here, bro. This is enough meat to digest for a minute, because what you have done is what all fathers should do. You know, I wish I would have been thinking like that when I was 37 years old, to bring my son with me everywhere I was doing business at, because we never know what God, see, these young people now, we don't know what God is doing with them, but these are the children of the generation of fulfillment. You know,
right.
With this coronavirus and everything going on, and he's like clearing the deck. It seems like he's just clearing the deck for our children to be equal in the society, because now the wealth of America is being destroyed right in front of our face, you know? So so your imagination, you are a creative visualizing person. How did you get like that? I know your father had something to do with it, but there's something you did too.
So before I had started writing children's books, man, I was writing poetry. I have a total of like 32 books on the market.
Wow.
And I was just trying to be this well put together guy before any woman had approached me.
Okay.
And my creativity came from that. I just was determined to, when a woman sees me, that I'm the chosen one. And this is the type of man I'm going to be. You come with me. I'm going to provide for you. You're going to have security. You're going to have everything that you're going to have everything, because I was raised accordingly.
Yes.
So that creativity, even when it came down to the children's books, it just came from me really wanting to have my own family. And my dad really just instilled in me, like, hey, a woman is what you have and that's what you want. You know, you keep that, because that's very rare to have and to hold on to.
Yes.
You know, especially right now, everybody can't even go out and talk to people. So my creativity just came from me just determined to be more and to have more. And I'm also one of those kids who grew up when someone told me, well, why don't you do it yourself? So I had to learn how to draw myself. You know, everything I've done. I went to school. I went to community college to learn how to write.
Yeah.
But every time I had a business idea and I was trying to go approach somebody for help or some type of assistance, they will always tell me, go make it yourself. So if I had wanted to come out with my own toilet tissue and I was reaching out to a manufacturer and I was trying to find somebody to say, hey, how do I get in contact with this person? They say, well, why don't you go make it yourself? So you're talking to a person that anything you see on the internet that has my name attached to it, I learned how to do it myself, and then I hired somebody else to do it. So in case they don't show up, I got to show up for me.
Wow. So you're telling me all the illustration and everything on the books I saw on your website, and y'all can go to the website and check that out. It's babyauthors.com. Did you do those renderings, the illustration?
Yep. That whole thing is my wife and I. What we did was it takes us a year to come out with each book.
Okay.
And I'm going to explain more about this 5-book series, but we take a whole year, because what we're doing is I wrote the stories ahead of time, but I'm trying to make the illustrations coincide with the story.
Okay.
So I'll write the story first and then the illustrations come later. And we had to focus on the fact that, okay, we want these books to grow up with Anaya. So the first book, she's 1 year old. Second book, she's 2 years old. Third book, she's 3, and so on and so forth. So she's about to be 5 in August. So we're going to come out with an entire 5-book series. So if you ever look at my book covers, we actually and purposely grew the book up with her so she could recognize herself.
Yes.
So my wife and I, we do have a staff of people who will draw it and they'll touch up the work.
Okay.
You know, but again, that comes from me wanting to have people just be an extension of me. So I'll do it with my wife and we'll sit on it for a couple of weeks and then we'll look at it and go, well, no, that don't really sit well. We're looking for that wholesome feeling.
Yeah.
Because with babyauthors.com, all we want parents to do is to enjoy your children. Spend that time with them in these books. Let your kids have an imagination. Don't bring your work home. Don't bring your stress. Like, play with your kids when it comes to these books.
Wow.
because that education, and when you're talking to them in a normal tone, they're going to grow up to be great communicators.
Yes, yes.
You know,
and then what say? Readers are leaders, right?
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
And you're teaching your child how to get into the books, use their imagination, and read. And you're doing this all in the name of the love of Anaya. And she'll grow up. I mean, she's going to be. I can't wait. I wish I could do a documentary on every year, like they're doing with Michael Jordan right now. We could document her life and see how she's going to turn out. Because with parents like you, and your wife, what is your wife's name?
My wife's name is Stephanie McAway.
Okay, you and Stephanie, man, y'all doing an excellent job. Great examples. Now, with all those books that you have written, I know you're making a pretty good living writing these children's books, right? Yep.
So for us, man, when we got the books inside of Walmart, that was a game changer.
Yeah.
Walmart, you get any type of product in Walmart, you're guaranteed to sell over like 60 units because they make a big purchase order.
Yeah.
And when you start selling like for us, they did like a 60,000 unit purchase order within that first 90 days. So that changed our lives, tremendously.
Awesome. That's awesome.
And then having Walmart attached to it, and then you get a chance to see like the Barnes and Nobles, the Books of Millions and stuff like that. But it was something about me doing a deal with Walmart that just put more of a certification on who I am as a person.
Right.
Again, all this really came from like, man, I'm really just trying to provide for my family.
Yes, sir.
Because I really needed to see my daughter just like be in love with her blackness.
Yes.
Be in love with her being smart, because there was so much. She was born in 2015. It was so much negativity in the news. Yeah. And I said, I gotta do something.
Wow.
Because the young lady, the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yeah.
Man,
yeah.
Man, listen, I had to hurry up and write these books and start talking to my daughter, because I realized those are the people she's going to see growing up.
Yeah, exactly.
And those kids are giving off this image of, I'll whoop an adult. I'll do this to an adult. And it's like, whoa, check yourself at the door.
Right. Man, I'm glad you took control of that. With the messages in the books, do you have a recurring message in all of your books when it comes to Anaya?
I do. Okay. I do. And that message is it's about family. So our book, Anaya's, it's called Anaya's Adventures, her 5-book children's series. Originally I came out with 10, but we're going to do 5 because I'm doing a production deal with this production company for a 5-book series.
Okay. Wow.
And the recurring theme of it is your kids are going to display independence. They're going to want to go outside and play and do everything on their own. And that's fine and dandy, because you want them to grow up to kind of have some type of discipline and know what's right and wrong. But at the end of it, if you ever fail in life, if you never get to where you want to be, you can always come back home. Always come back home. And that's something that my parents had gave me, to go out, go see the world, go do whatever you want to do. And if all else fails and you have nowhere else to go, you can always come back home and start over.
Wow. That's a great message. Tell me about your mother.
So my mom, man, she did not have a muzzle on my sister and I when we were growing up. She wanted to make sure that we played basketball, played band, did karate, did everything. She grew up with a muzzle on her, so to speak. Like, my grandmother was very limited towards my mom. She didn't let them do too many things. So when my mom had her own kids, she said, I want y'all to do as much as y'all want to until you figure out what it is that you want to do. So my mom, she was very big on education and reading. Let me tell you the story real quick. When I was in the second grade, my mom was teaching me how to read. So she was telling me how to, pronounce the words and everything like that. So in the second grade, I remember my teacher giving me this paper, and I had to figure out like what was on the paper. And I remember seeing SLD. And I remember pronouncing the word slow learning disability. Okay. So I didn't know what that meant. Wow. In the second grade. I knew what the word said to me, but I didn't know what the definition of it meant, right? Yeah. I give the paper to my mom, and she says, why your teacher give you this? I said, I don't know. She said, well, are you not reading in school? I said, yeah, I'm reading. She said, well, read this book to me. So at the time when she was telling me how to read or teaching me how to read, I was reading it like word by word. Okay. The cat. So, but my mom say, She said, that's not how you read. Yeah. She said, I'm going to read it like this, and then you repeat after me. And I was like, oh, you're supposed to make it flow. She said, yeah. You're supposed to pause at your commas. You're supposed to stop at your period.
Wow.
So she said, tomorrow we're going to go to the school and you're going to read this entire book to the teacher. She said, because my nickname, she called me Pooh. She said, because Pooh, they think that you're stupid.
Wow.
They think that you're slow.
Wow.
And so we went to school the next day, and I remember seeing I didn't know what those kids were at the time, but the kids that had the Down syndrome.
Yes.
They took me to the SLD class, and my mama said, no, hold on. He's going to read this book to you because you made a mistake assessing my son. So I read the book, and the teacher apologized to my mom. She said, I'm so sorry because he was reading word by word, and we thought he was slow.
Wow.
So from there, from the second grade all the way up into my life now, I took reading very serious.
Yes, sir.
Because reading will get you out of a certain circumstance. Reading to get you a good contract. Reading to get you your house and your car to where you're not overpaying for things.
Yes.
And you will learn how to negotiate. So that's why I wanted my daughter to be in those meetings so she can understand what's going on.
Darshaun McAway, you are a special man. Do you do workshops on writing children's books for people?
I do. I'll do like a Facebook Live. I'll sit down and kind of workshop it up a little bit. But to have an actual structured out workshop, I haven't done those. But sometimes people will call me. I give out my number all the time.
Yes.
And people will call me and ask me for marketing ideas. I'll have them sign a waiver saying that, if you're going to talk to me about your children's book or whatever, that's your idea and your idea alone. I'm okay with where I'm at, but I'll give you some marketing advice. And I'll charge people like $5 for 30 minutes. Because when it comes to marketing, let's say one thing I've learned about trying to come up in the book business was most authors who are especially self-published, they have a hard time getting money in their pocket.
Yeah.
So I wasn't trying to break the bank with anybody. But if you're going to ask me for some marketing ideas, well, go ahead and just toss me a little change, for my time. Because my time now is valuable because I'm at home and I like to spend time with my wife and my daughter. So if I'm going to talk to somebody, just give me something.
That's right.
Because I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you some bright ideas. And I tell people, stop thinking outside the box if you haven't used everything in the box.
I like that. So you are full time with your children's books now?
Yes, with the publishing company, we're full time. We got to the point where when people go to babyauthors.com, you'll see that we have shoes, socks, book bags.
I saw that.
Bed sheets. We just added the bed set. And all I was trying to do was just keep on adding to the story.
Yes.
To make children fall in love with this character. This character is a real person.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? The other characters are made up that don't even look black.
Right. But the Goosebumps and Harry Potter and all that crap. Yeah.
Right. So we're full time with that, but it took it's a beast by itself, so to speak, because when we first got that deal with Walmart, everything kind of took off on its own.
Yes, sir.
Man, I have a lot of time to enjoy my child the way most parents don't really get a chance to.
Man, that is a blessing.
And that's what I'm trying to instill with our books.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, take your time and read these books with your kid and just keep on letting that, I can't tell you how that imagination will just keep on growing in your kids, and they'll have more confidence in themselves.
Yeah. What have you seen in your 6-month-old now? Can you tell that you're having an effect on the way of her self-esteem?
Oh yeah, for sure. I got a chance before this virus outbreak. I got a chance to see her interact with other kids, and sometimes other kids who are taller than your kid, well, it'll look like they're intimidating them a little bit.
Yeah.
And this little boy tried to take something, take a ball from my daughter, and she said, "No, I'm playing with this."
Mm-hmm.
And see, that's what I needed to see.
Yeah.
I didn't want nobody to just take anything from her.
Yeah.
I wanted her to say, like, "No, I'll give it to you when I'm done." I'm not done playing with it. Type of deal.
Yes, sir.
She knows that we have a golden rule in this household, and even out there in the world, the golden rule is business first, play later. All right. Wow. So just go take care of business. Daddy's going to the bank. I'm taking you to the bank with me. You're going to hear me talk about numbers. Yes. When I come from the bank, we can go have as much fun as you want. But business first, we play later.
Man, go ahead, man. This is a great textbook case of a deliberate action of a parent making sure that the future is secure, because you're instilling so many great values in your daughter, man. I'm just so impressed with you, man.
Thank you.
I'm so glad I got a chance to talk to you because you helping me. I'm 55 years old. I got a 17-year-old that we're continuing to grow out of the house. And, I'm just really excited, man, because the future, if you can get in front of a lot more young black males like yourself and teach these principles to, man, you make a big difference. And you are making a difference because I know you do a lot of speaking around the country as well, right?
That's the goal this year.
Okay.
This is why I had hired a publicist because I'm starting to notice that from experience, living my own example, I'm telling the truth about what I'm doing. And I can give you my formula.
Yes,
but
please.
that formula is, hey, you really have to be present as a man. You have to be present as a man with your woman and your children. They have to see you lead by example.
Yes.
So whatever I do, I'm leading by example. So I'm not just talking about, hey, this is what I'm going to do. No, I'm doing it. Right.
Good.
And what they realize, what my family realizes about me is he's our protector.
Yes.
He's a security.
Yeah.
You don't disrespect him.
Right.
You don't speak against him because this is the person that's taking care of us during a tough time.
Go ahead.
And see that has come through me ever since I first got with my wife.
Yes, sir.
It's just the respect level. It's I respect you, you respect me. We're not going to do none of this crazy stuff because both of us can walk away from each other.
Yes.
If that's the case. But we're going to stay together and we're going to raise this family upright and we're going to keep our family at bay. Our extended family at bay.
Yes.
So,
that's wonderful, man.
My goal, just real quickly, my goal was to start putting money away for my daughter at an early age.
Yes.
So any income tax that we get every year for her, that's right into her account.
Man,
so you think about parents that spend the income tax money within 18 years.
Right.
You could have been saving just one time a year, and you can bless your kid within 18 years from that time when they graduate. They can have some money.
Yes.
That's their head start.
Yes.
See, we've sent our kids out here, hey, you 18 years old, go get a job. And I'm like, whoa, go get a job. Okay, I'll get a job, but you're 18 years behind financially.
Man, I didn't think about that.
My parents did that to me.
Yeah.
They instilled good work ethic. But I didn't realize about income taxes until I had got married. Like, that money, like when you get married, it's like a bonus. But, the world kind of blesses you with extra money because they're giving you money for your kid, So I was like, oh, we got 18 years to claim money for her. I said, well, that money is for her. Put it right in her account.
Yeah.
We're not going to touch it. At least we can save one. We saving a lot for her. But at least one time a year, the best you can do is put the income tax away for your child once a year and then start tossing some money towards those accounts.
Yes.
So just imagine when your kid turns about 18 years old, you bless them with their money that they worked for because they're in your household. They worked enough for it, But here you go. Hey, congratulations. Go get your job. That cushion of having some money to go apply at a place, it's not that much pressure. It's not supposed to be arrogant or cocky. It's supposed to be like, no, if this job don't work for me, I can leave and go somewhere else because I got money that'll float me to find another job.
Teach. Man, go ahead, man. Come on, man. You blow, man. You doing it, man. I mean, I love this. I have never heard anybody talk about using income tax like that. I didn't think of that. I mean, we just, what, and the more, that's what I'm saying, you got to get out here and teach because we can help people avoid heartache and despair and hopelessness by just doing that, just practicing. Even if they didn't put the whole thing in, they did half of it. You know what I'm saying? It's better than nothing. Yeah. Man, that's powerful.
Exactly.
Man. You can just, hey, look, you can put the children's book down and go teach on that.
You know what? It's so funny. I had, before I even had a baby, before I even got married, I had talked about that tax theory years ago, back in like 2009.
Yes.
And because I had discovered that my mom, they had never put nothing away for me like that.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, when I have it here, I'm putting it away.
That's powerful, man. That is so powerful. I'm telling you, that's powerful. That's what we need. That's what we need. And writing the children's books, doing it in the name of love. I know people don't like R. Kelly and stuff, but I love that song called "Step in the Name of Love." Yeah, because we everything we do, we step in the name of love. When we love our family, we love our children, we love our community, we love our people like that. That you're willing to give them information that's life saving, and what you're sharing with us, man. You blessing us, brother, with this information. I thank God for you, man, for this interview. And so let's tell everybody how they can get in contact with you. And I know we got the website, babyauthors.com. Baby, it's babyauthors.com. And what else? Look, social media and phone numbers if you want to give that out.
Okay, so my phone number, and this is like my direct sale, it's my area code 918-552-0278. You can call me at any time. If I don't respond, I'll send you back a text message or reply within 24 to 48 hours. You know, that type of deal. Just keep in mind I got a family and I'm doing the family thing. If you want to reach out to me on Instagram, it's Baby Authors on Instagram, Baby Authors on Twitter. I have my own personal Twitter page and Instagram page is Darshaun McAway. You can just Google me. Darshaun McAway. You're going to go into a huge rabbit hole. You're going to see I've been doing business for a long time. And just reach out to me. I'm a very reasonable person. I'm here to help. I'm in a different position in life to where you're not going to take anything from me because I'm already there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just trying to grow more. And the more I help other people out, I got this theory. If I see you doing well, you're just one less person I have to worry about robbing me.
I like that.
You know,
that's good stuff. Darshaun McAway, you're going to hear a lot from this brother right here. Babyauthors.com. Tell us real quick the name of your latest book that's coming out so people can get that at Walmart.
Aniah's Road Trip. That's the latest book that's coming out. It's coming out in 2 weeks. You can pre-order it now, and you'll just be the first person on the list to get it. It's coming out in 2 weeks. Aniah's Road Trip is the third out of a 5-book series, and we're going to release the other 2 books next month. Aniah's Road Trip. It's a very fun and exciting book. If you ever think to yourself, what was it like for you to be a kid? You read these books so you can get back to your childhood. Don't forget where you came from. I know some people it's been rough and everything, but don't forget you was only a kid for a little while. You're going to be an adult for a very long time.